Okay, then. Ladies and gentlemen, today is May 20th, 2013, and this is the KNKL show. Today we're going to be flying by the seat of our pants. I think today is actually day 55. Correct me if I'm wrong later in the comments on YouTube. But yes, today is the KNKL Emma stream, and I am your host, Ken Lafferty. Today we are going to be jumping right back into working on Emma, but before we get into that, we need to take a lovely stroll through a lane of loveliness. So let's go ahead and check that out, shall we? See if we got any new submissions. Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did. We got some zombie buttons, as well as a preview of things to come for a submission to the Emma contest that we are having. Oh, yeah, I should actually pull that up really quick. Yes, for those of you who have not taken the time yet to submit or make anything for the art contest, it is going until June 7th. So you have plenty of time to submit and give me your awesome drawings, and there are many prizes to be claimed, and we'll be having many a good time with that. And before we jump into making the comic, let's see. Gotta make sure everything is looking good. The lighting has changed a little bit in here. It's actually like staying a little bit lighter outside, so I actually need to go back in and probably like correct the levels on this. But yeah, we have some cool announcements, a little bit of a surprise at the end of the show. I'm going to be bringing a friend on the show with me, and we'll be talking about something really cool and fun that we've made for you guys. And yeah, but before we get into the final thing, or before we get into actually making the comic, I want to take some time and thank everybody who has not only been reading and watching the show this month, but all of the lovely contributors who have been contributing to the cause, adding the cause, enlisting themselves, and contributing their hard-earned cash to Taco Money, and reading the book, and helping me out with the website, as well as just spreading the good word of Emma. So if you'd like to get your name on this list, simply click the link below if you're watching on YouTube, or just go to Emma Comic Online and donate as little or as much as you want, and I'll feature your name throughout the month. Alrighty, peoples, you'll have to forgive my lack of preparation today. I actually just woke up from a freaking nap, and we're actually flying by the seat of our pants, like unbelievably. And I'm going to try not to crash this thing. We're going to see what we can do here. Let's see if the drivers are actually running in Photoshop. If they are, it's going to be a miracle. It's going to be a miracle if that is actually happening. Okay, where is this? And it's not! How awesome is that? Alright, so we got to restart this thing. Absolutely perfect. That's what I get. Maybe that's why I can't sleep at night. Actually, what's interesting is today I had a very interesting episode happen. My dad and my stepmother are actually going to be doing a photo shoot for Harley Davidson, which is pretty dang sweet. And they're actually going up to Wyoming, a place called Jackson? Yeah, Jackson, Wyoming. They're going to be doing a photo shoot and like a commercial shoot for Harley Davidson. And I told my dad while he's down there, he should talk to him about the comic and see if they want to sponsor the comic, because, as you know, we have our lovely bikers riding bikes in the comic. And hey, wouldn't that be cool if I could put Harley Davidson bikes in the comic and Harley Davidson would sponsor me? That would be super sweet, and it would be good product placement for them, and everybody would be happy. So I told him, kind of slip that in there, you know. They're like, oh yeah, I don't know if you guys are broken into the amazing comic book market yet, right? But it just so happens that my son is making a comic with these really cool bikers, and you should totally get in on it. Get in on it, send him lots of money. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to pull up some references here because I actually had the pleasure of putting together a couple like icons for the announcement we're going to be making at the end of the show, but I had to put together some icons for that thing, and while I was doing that, I finally got to nail down the proportions for Nico, as you can see over here, and this is basically like what his face looks like, because since I've introduced him, I mean, I had like the concept art in my sketchbook, but I kind of like was messing around a little bit with his face, and you guys can notice I did kind of a similar thing with Emma from the beginning of the issue, issue 1, and to right now, Emma's face has changed just a little bit, and that's me kind of just getting my feet kind of in the ground, kind of getting the groove, and figuring out exactly how I want to to portray this character from panel to panel. So yeah, I'm really happy I got that all set up, and we're going to take that and we're going to use it to our advantage and fix up this Nico's face right here. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Let's. Alright. So I trust that you guys had an amazing weekend. I had a very fun and eventful weekend myself. I did the usual. I went skating on Saturday and got a little crazy doing that. That was a lot of fun. And what layer am I drawing on right now? Okay, that's good. Looks like I need to compress these layers. Let's go ahead and do that. What are these layers here? Oh, you guys will notice I actually made a change to Clem's bike up here. I changed it from what you saw in the last episode. You guys probably saw when I was doing like the little Morse code flaps over top of the light. I actually pushed him further back and showed a little bit more of his bike going on there, just because I wanted to add to the clarity and just show a little bit more of that detail going on. So yes. Yes, and you guys are typing in all kinds of spoilers in the messages, and I gotta keep coming over here and deleting them. Don't be typing in spoilers. I will delete your comments, and I will never see you again. Alright, so let's go ahead and close up all this other stuff too, because I'm getting a little bit of lag. Alright, moving on. So let's go ahead and fix Nico's fat face over here. And actually, just comparing these two, he's actually pretty spot on, to be honest. I don't think that there's much I'm going to change here. I made his nose like a little bit bigger. I ended up making his nose just a tad bit larger. And I ended up moving his mouth up a little bit. What the heck is going on, man? Why are things not drawing that should be drawing? I am totally all over the place right now. Okay, there we go. As I was saying, I moved his mouth and his nose up just a tad bit. And that was basically it. This face is actually pretty spot on for Nico. Just needed to move that thing over there. I also decided that I don't want his hair to always be in front of his face. It only goes in front of the other eye for dramatic effect. And whenever he needs to be more expressive or just like normally, he'll have kind of like this separation in his hair so you can see the other eye. So, yes. Let's go ahead and get this over here. I'm liking that. Throwing on a little bit of this here. And we'll get to Emma too, because that's really what I wanted to get to today. But yeah, I did quite a bit of gaming today. Quite a bit of gaming. I'm not quite used to that. I got back into DayZ with my little brother, and we were having a lot of fun because we found this awesome server where there's like a ton of vehicles. For those of you who played DayZ, you know that coming across vehicles, like let alone that are repairable, is very, very uncommon. So this server actually has a lot of vehicle spawns. It has like AI military guys that kind of roam the map and will shoot at you, and as well as zombies, like tons of zombies. So I'm really happy with that game, and it's always just, I find it interesting how you really start to take pleasure in the simple things with DayZ because it's kind of janky and you don't really know exactly what you're gonna get. So when things actually work out the way that you want them to, you're actually very satisfied with the game. Even though if you were playing any other game, you would just probably be pretty bored. So I don't know what it is about that game, but it's pretty dang awesome. Alright. Oh, man. But yeah, today's more layouts. More layouts on Emma-san. So you can expect to hear me being quiet at some points, concentrating on what I'm drawing. But yeah, not to worry. Not to worry, it's all part of the plan. I'm going to bring in his face just a tad bit here. Push his chin down a little bit more. So you get that nice skinny Nico face. Cool. Good, very good. But also, over the weekend, I did, in fact, go disco skating again. And I met an awesome girl, to be honest. She's pretty freaking sweet. Like, she's actually a roller derby girl, and she saw me skating, right, like dancing, like going backwards, and she comes up to me, and she's like, "Hey, are you interested in like coaching roller derby?" I was like, "Cause we're looking for coaches right now, and you're really good, and you should like come try out or whatever." And I was like, "Roller derby?" I was like, "I would probably get knocked off the track. I get tackled by some girl and knocked off the track and completely embarrassed." But that'd be pretty cool if I could actually like figure that stuff out. I'd have to study all the rules. I'd have to take the giant derby girl rule book and study it all and watch for all those illegal moves. But it'd actually be pretty sexy, like watching all those girls skating around, trying to knock each other down, and calling penalties and sending them to the box, getting to have some authority. So yeah, it's pretty cool, the people you can meet when you're disco skating on a Saturday night. You never know. You never know what you're going to run into down here in Utah. We got some interesting folk down here. Interesting folk that you don't get in California. At least not that I've met. I haven't met many derby girls. But yeah, she was really sweet, really cool. And yeah, I mean, so far I've just been really enjoying. I've been really enjoying being back here in Utah. It seems it's like it's just kind of relaxing. Every time I move somewhere, I always feel like I'm getting a fresh start. I really like that feeling. It's very relaxing. It's inspiring even. You know what I mean? Especially for an artist. Clean slate, open canvas. Get to start all over again. Make new friends. Find your old ones if they're not married or gone on their Mormon missions. Make them or find them. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. And I just love the music scene down here. Speaking of that, like tomorrow, there's this open mic thing like every Tuesday that I used to go to like religiously before I moved to California to go work for Riot Games. And just recently I've been thinking about starting that back up, like actually getting back out there and playing my guitar and singing again. And I was practicing a couple nights ago and it's just like, oh man, I'm totally out of practice. It's like, it's pretty bad. I was like, I could have sworn I sang better than this. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not like American Idol or nothing, but I could have sworn I had better control over my voice than what I was doing a few weeks ago. And no, you can't hear. No, you can't hear me sing. Besides what I usually sing on the thing. On the show. My opera singing! Yes! Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is looking good. I'm liking this. Shall we move on to Emerson? Shall we? Yes, let's move on to Emerson. But also the other thing, guys, that's been interesting is, you know, part 3 is coming along quite well. I'm quite a ways ahead of this, obviously. Like, this is the first page, but this isn't all I'm doing. As I have stated before, but just in case any of you forgot or you're freaking out, don't worry, I'm more ahead than just this page. But part 3 is going great. I'm excited to release it. I'm excited to release, you know, all of issue 2 and the digital collector's edition and all the stuff that's going to come with that. And yeah, I mean, I got some like good things are on the horizon. It looks like there's another, like I can see it now, right? I can see that next level of what I have to get to in order to like continue with this business and continue with this comic. And it's a little bit daunting. It is a little bit daunting. because there's some big projects that I really want to have done for this, and they're basically coming to fruition. Like the time is showing itself, and it's like, this is the time to do this. This is the time to create this project for Emma, and yeah. But luckily, a lot of people are stepping in to help me with the comic, and I think that I'll be able to get, you know, whatever project comes along for Emma done in time, and you know, the releases of the, you know, the actual webcomic will be fine too, because I'm planning on this being much more than just a webcomic. I want to basically make it pretty legit, you know, as if I were to pitch it to a company, you know, as a cartoon sometime later in the future. I'd like to have the things necessary that you would want for that. So, yeah, you can take that for whatever value you give to that. All right. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away. Those are all secrets for later. Okay. Ooh. Still sleepy. Oh, but I didn't even get to finish what I was talking about earlier today. Why I took the big old nap before I got on here. I actually had to wake up at 7 o'clock this morning, which is something that I am not used to doing. I am so used to getting up at like 10:30, 11, 12 sometimes, but you know what I mean? I'm usually up till 3 or 4 in the morning working on the comic or just doing whatever, playing video games. Because I like the freedom of being able to do that, and I like to enjoy that to a certain extent. But lately I've been noticing that I've just been kind of having trouble getting out of bed. Even though I'm super jazzed and super excited about the comic and wanting to do art, it's just really, this is becoming my life. And I feel like I need that extra something, you know what I mean? I need to look at this from another angle, or I just need that extra something to get me out of bed in the morning. Because today, when I had to take my parents to this Harley Davidson, you know, photo shoot thing, they were getting picked up by a shuttle to go to Wyoming. I had to go take them there. I had no problem getting up, right? Because I had a reason to get up. But if nobody's like relying on me or waiting on me, then it just seems like I have a tendency to just kind of sleep in. I just do what I want. Which, like I said, is pretty dang cool. But I'm kind of sick of it. I want to be getting up a little bit more on a proper time. So yeah, good times ahead. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Emma finally. How much did we do on Nico? Oh, we cleaned him up pretty good. Nice, nice. I like that. Did you guys see that? One more time. From there to there. Like it. All right, let's move on to Emma-san. That rhymed. Oh, I'm still sleepy. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be yawning in your faces. But I guess it's better than doing other things in your faces. Alright. Moving on to Emma-san. Is Emma-san. Oh, and I gotta pull up that picture of her in that last panel. On that last page of part 2. Because I really like that. Where she's all hunched over and she's all like ticked off looking. I'll show you which one I'm talking about. This one right here. That right there, that face is priceless. That face is freaking priceless, and I love it. So that's what she's got to look like right here. Alright. So let's go ahead. First, we must draw our vehicle. Let's draw our vehicle as well as Nico's legs, which are probably going to be down in this region here somewhere. The KNKL yawn daily. That's probably what you guys are saying right now. Okay, that looks good. Show that connection point. Going over to our side cart here. And let's have the cart. The cart looks like it comes up like this here. It looks like. I'm the one that designed it. Come on. Just trying to recall what's going on with this thing here. It don't have to be perfect, but, however, since I've been reading this book, I'm becoming a lot more picky about my comics. This book, I almost wish that I would never have seen it, because as soon as I picked it up, I realized all of the things that I could have been doing better with my comic. And subsequently, and this is Making Comics by Scott McCloud. And after reading this and reading all of his insights into comics, it literally made me look back on everything that I've done, and I'm just like, whoa, I seriously could have done a way better job with a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm happy and I'm proud of what I did, and I understand that I'm learning. But this is seriously like opened my eyes into how I can improve the comic for the future in terms of like storytelling, clarity, character development, all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in comics at all and you haven't checked this out, go check it out at your Barnes & Noble store, Making Comics by Scott McCloud. And it will change your life, as it did mine. And pick up a journal while you're there. Alright, going back. Oh, boy. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Moving on. Let's go ahead and throw up our windshield here. Now, is this looking right to me? Yeah, here we go. You guys see it over here? You guys are asking, where is everybody? Somebody's like, all the comments were spoilers, so they got deleted. People were posting spoilers! And I know the thing came out like 3 weeks ago, but still. No spoilers, if possible. Try not to post those. Because there may be new viewers. There may be new viewers that haven't read that part yet. Alright, butoñas. They don't know about butoñas. Okay. I also didn't post anything on the Facebook today, so yeah. Maybe nobody knows we're here. Nobody knows there's life out there. What are we gonna do? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna announce this thing whether nobody's here or 2 people are here. That's what we're gonna do. And more people will find out on YouTube later anyway, so I'm not really too worried. Besides, today is a little bit of a crazy day, you know what I mean? Flying by the seat of our pants. Improvising. Woke up from a 20-minute nap with 5 minutes to go. And I'm like, oh! Yeah. I just woke up and I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, it's time for the show. Could you imagine that? Like, you're like taking a nap, like you got this big old presentation to give and you're just like back on the couch, just like, because you're going on like 3 hours of sleep from the night before. And you're just like, okay, I just need a nap, a little nap before I do this thing. I'm just going to take a nap on the couch. And then you wake up 5 minutes before your presentation goes on. That would be pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't plan on doing that when I have the Keenan show. The actual KNKL show on live television. The Keenan Ivory Wayans show, right? He started it, now I'm picking it up. I'll call it the Keenan Show 2. The second Keenan Show. The better Keenan Show. Alright, Emma-san, you're up. You guys are getting this, right? Okay, good. Alright. And what's nice about this, guys, is I actually put my characters on separate layers at this point because I really like to just make sure like important things are separated. That way I can go back and edit if I need to, which happens quite a bit. Especially when I'm doing layouts and laying in the final character, like what they're going to look like. Okay. So we got Emma kind of hunched over here. Shoulders are going to be like this. Her head's looking a little large and in charge. Shrink it down so it's a little more like Nico's. There you go. Just kind of hunched over and ticked off looking, so I'm going to make sure we capture that. Let's bring her head down a little bit more. More like that. Let's make sure we divide this circle in half. And then a little bit below that is where her eyes start. So we're going to do this. Draw those lines up. Draw our measurements in. Let's go ahead and start laying in Emma's eyes. Emma-san's eyes. Or should she be ticked off at this point? Should she still be ticked off? Maybe she should be calming down a little bit. Because I don't want her to have the same exact... Well, I don't know. I'll just draw in the same exact kind of expression as Nico has, and that might be kind of comical, but it also might be kind of redundant. I might want to have a little bit more flavor, a little bit more variety in these expressions. But for right now, I'll stick with this. See how it looks. No, I was just saying, after the daily's been recorded, I'll go back and notice that I had terrible bedhead the whole time. And yeah, that's pretty much all the time. So, in fact, I actually like it when my hair is really messy. It kind of gets to this point where it's like kind of dirty, and the grease kind of like mats it down, and it actually looks pretty sweet. I like it. See, when I get out of the shower, it's just like it's just like sticking out, right? But then after like the natural oil gets in there and some dirt and some mud and maybe a little bit of paint, all that stuff gets in there, it starts to look a little bit more manageable, a little bit more tamed. The mane has been tamed. And yeah, I like that a little bit more. Alright, let's see here. Make her pupils just a little bit bigger. That'll probably help. Instead of like ticked, like completely pouty, maybe I'll make her just a little bit more relaxed, more like this. Maybe I'll have her looking to the side. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Yeah, a little bit more of a closed mouth. It's kind of got giant arms going on. Let's throw in those ears. Let's throw in the rest of that hair. Cool. Not completely satisfied with this body. This looks a little weird. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But for now, it will do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. She's still looking a little bit large and in charge. Let's go ahead and shrink her down. So she's the same height as Nico, or rather the same largeness as Nico. There we go. I think her eyes are a little bit big too. I'm very particular about the characters' faces, and since this is the part where I like to work everything out, I usually end up going in and just kind of like making fine adjustments to the faces. Ideally, I like to just like nail them right off the bat, but oftentimes I'll end up going back and making tiny changes. That's where you go. Okay. But you don't want to get too picky. Don't want to be too picky. If you're too picky, you'll never get done. If you're too lax, then the quality suffers. Nobody likes that. Okay. Good. Is the top of her head looking kind of tiny? Something's up with this part right here. This is looking just a little off. Forehead's a little too tiny. Okay, that's looking better. That's looking much more like Emma now. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. I think I just got to figure out what's going on with these shoulders. But I'll deal with that later. And her hair is supposed to be kind of like flying back, so I don't know if I want to have it here or if I want to like have it flying back like that. You know what I mean? I guess it is kind of behind her and kind of down by the seat, so maybe I'd kind of do one of these things. Kind of bring it up a little bit like that. Nothing too crazy. Let's flip it. Flip it good. And I like that. Yeah, actually that looks really good. I like that. Her eyes, although, just look a little bit out of whack. Move over just a tiny bit. And I think this mouth needs to move down just a tad bit. Yeah. There you go, that works a little bit better with her facial features. Let's kind of arch her back a little bit more over here. And I gotta figure out what to do with these shoulders here. Alright, that's good. No more touchy. No more touchy. No touchy. It's also been a while since I've drawn Emma and Nico. I think that's the other thing. The whole last part was like had barely any of them in it. So I think that might be another thing that I'm adjusting to. Just getting back into drawing the kids. Kids. Okay. Let's throw in a couple more details in the back and then let's start this excited Nico face. In the meantime, guys, I would like to open up the castle walls and have you cast your question catapults over them, even though I opened the doors. I still don't know why I say that, but I love it, and it's not going to change. Opening the doors, cast the question catapults from the chat to your right. Ask me anything that you would like me to answer, and then I will send back your questions on a bed of grass, and we will all feel very good about ourselves, and then we'll end today's daily. Oh, and then we will do our announcement. And then we'll end today's daily. All right. Excited Nico, or rather surprised Nico. Let's get to that. Need Nico reference once more. Nico reference, where'd you go? There you go. Alright, let's go ahead and collapse that back down like that and make a new layer. Nico, make sure we're saving. Saving is the good habit. It will always save your life. And your pictures. Okay, let's get our circle in for Nico's face. Let's get this line across here. That line just below is where his eye starts. And he's going to be opening his eye. I actually almost perfectly nailed his eye right here. Like, I love it when that happens. I love when I just nail stuff like that. Barely have to do anything. Just love it. Even his nose. His nose is right on. Yeah, I think there's a lot of expression that I capture in just that initial sketch sometimes. Sometimes it just comes out perfectly. And I like to preserve that as much as possible. Alright, so that's looking good. Go ahead and bring this up and over like that. Again, the expressive hair at work here. It only comes out when I need it to. The hair that does not cover the eye. It's dynamic hair, that's what it is. It's dynamic emo hair. Also, I don't like the thing in anime where the eyebrow like goes over the hair. I think it looks kind of cheesy. So I'm gonna try my best to like keep the eyebrow showing here. Yeah, that looks good. Good. Let's make sure that hair is coming down properly. Nice! We just nailed that. Love it! Love it! Alright, let's move on to some questions. Helgen Warfare is asking, can you do a tutorial on how to get rid of lines like in a Riot splash art? Yes, Helgen Warfare, that is a great question, and I would love to be able to do that. I would love to show you how to approach a more painterly style to your pieces of work. And actually, I was kind of juggling a couple things that I was going to do tomorrow, but I actually kind of like that one. I bet I could go into that one tomorrow for you. So I think that will be pretty cool. Yes, we will talk about getting rid of the lines, starting with lines to lay down a good structure, a good foundation, and then basically erasing those or easily making them fade away into the background. They still exist there, but you kind of paint them away. So it looks like there's no lines. And I'll show you the tricks to do that tomorrow. If I can write that down so I don't forget. No lines. Line painting. Love it. I would love to do that. Alright guys, we're actually going to move into our final announcement, and for that I'm going to call upon my good friend Brian Hogan. So hopefully he's on Skype. And yes, let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to actually mute the sound because I don't know how loud Skype is going to be while it's making the call. And let's go ahead and get his butt on here. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Hello?
Alright, I'm going to put you on. 1 sec, man. Here we go. Okay, you should be on. Give me a quick test, and then let me know.
Hello, hello. Is anyone there?
Okay, you sound good. You sound good to me. Alright guys, so this is my good buddy Brian Hogan, and we're here to talk about an announcement that we are going to be making, or we're talking about basically what we are releasing tonight. Brian, would you like to talk about it?
Of course.
Exactly it is?
So, for the past few weeks, me and Keenan have been working rather tediously on a new portion of the website. So you guys can talk and submit ideas other than submitting them straight to the Facebook. And another thing is to allow us to get, I guess you could say, more ideas to implement into the comic, along with being able to, of course, communicate. So today we bring you...
And that comes by way of the sexy forum. Yes! You guys asked for it. I'm going to turn on the light really quick. It's getting dark in the room finally. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing a forum to you. My good buddy Brian Hogan stepped in and he contacted me saying that he knows all about the gods of the forums and he knows how to bring it to the website. So this is going to be going live tonight, I believe. It is all set to go. I think everybody should be able to log in, make your account, and post to whatever you want to post on here. But me
Correction.
and Brian will be watching you, so it better be good stuff. Otherwise,
Yes.
we will punish you, and you will be banned forever. You'll be sent to the depths with all the other zombies. So you better play nice. So yeah, guys, that is the announcement, and I hope you guys are as excited about that as I am. And I wanted to say thank you very much to my good buddy Brian down here. I worship you, Brian. Thank you very much for helping me out. And
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you.
We,
As we're saying, as a correction, the board is going to be launched immediately after the show, so you can register immediately afterwards.
oh, right. Yes. Right after the show. That's what I meant to say. I need to actually put the link on the main site. But yeah, I'll post it on the Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff so you guys can go over there. Check it out. As well as I'll post a link in the YouTube for those of you coming down later. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and wrap that up. Brian, did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
Bacon.
Bacon. Making bacon pancakes, guys. All right, Brian. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
See you.
All right, dudes. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up day 55 of the KNKL Daily. Thank you once again for joining me live on Ustream. For those of you on YouTube, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Loading up the epic outro music as we always must. Just customary that we always do that. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the forum tonight. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow for Tutorial Tuesday. Until then, you guys take care.